It's a beautifully hot day today. But that does mean that we need to get our doggy walks over and done with by lunchtime. Purdy, what you rolling in? Look at that sky. I really look forward getting the goats over here to have a munch on all these brambles, but I somehow think that our two little goats won't make a huge impact over here. Oh, Bertie's missed his girlfriend. He's talking about you. Luca's up ahead as always. He likes to lead the way. He is the old man of the group. That's it, Bom Bom. You enjoy a back scratch. Yeah. Wow, we're all on a very go slow today. Wait for Dexter to catch up. He's having a sniff on something. Dex! What you doing? You found something to munch on. What was it? A bit of grass by the looks of your lips. Oh, look, are you hot already? I'm hot. I'm carrying a backpack full of water. We'll get into the woods and I'll put a bottle down. Ease the load a bit. You having a munch on some grass as well, birds? There's some lovely fresh grass out there, isn't there? Can you hear those birds? There is the hum of the motorway in the background. But the birds seem to be louder than the motorway, which is beautiful. Well done, Tiggy. Did you get caught up with the smell? Munchkin, what you rolling in? Sometimes it's something awful like fox poo or deer poo or badger poo. And other times it's a bird poo dropping, and sometimes it's a dead worm or a dead mouse. And dead things actually smell less than the poos. If anything, I don't think we can actually smell dead worm or dead mouse on a dog. They can smell it, we can't smell it. How you doing, Rem? Yes, he's a good boy. Munchy, munch, munch. Lots of vitamins in those grasses, which is sprouting up like crazy given the sun we've got at the moment. When we have a burst of rain, it's going to go mad over here. You already thirsty, sweetie? Okay, in a moment I'll get the water out. The brambles should have plenty of blackberries this year if the weather's right. Bees are busy. There is, so this bush line is the border to our land. Then there's a footpath that goes all the way up, bridle path, and then there's the beekeeper's land, which, whoops, you can't see my fingers. So there's the border, our border, then there's a footpath, then there's the beekeepers and chicken keeper, can't hear the cockerels, chicken keeper's land, and then there's the motorway. Normally you can hear the cockerels. They have a lovely cockerel enclosure, because who's going to complain about cockerels when they're right up against a motorway? And the cockerels get to live a life. They don't have masses. I'm sure if they advertise they'd have masses, but I'm sure they don't want masses. Oh, look at these little blue flowers. Pink, blue? They're yellow. What's wrong with my eyesight or my words? My brain is frazzled in this heat. Oh, look at that wild rose up there. That's beautiful. Isn't it just lovely to slow down? This year has been a year of learning to slow down and to spend more time being a human being than doing. Someone was very clever when they named us human beings. Because it is a constant reminder that if it's our name, human beings, we should do more being and less doing. No, that didn't come out right, did it? We should be more being and do less doing. Because when we're being, we get to see so much more in our environment, so much more of how we fit in to our environment and how our environment fits in around us. I mean, just look at these wild roses. Just take time to go on a nice lovely dog walk, or just a walk. Breathe the fresh air. Listen to the birds and the insects buzzing around. Stop and watch a bee collecting its food and realise that that bee has not polluted the world at all in the creation of the taking of its food, in the motion and the activity of harvesting its food, it has put nothing out into the environment. There is no waste. And what it's actually done is pollinated more plants, more fruits, more. It has given, the activity of it harvesting its food has given to the planet. It hasn't taken from it. It hasn't put rubbish and waste matter into the world. It has given more than it has taken, and it has given what the planet needs. Not like us. We go, right, we need something, so we're going to create that thing. And in creating that thing, we need to kill something else, clear some room, and then grow something, which means using machinery and sticking waste into the environment and the atmosphere. And then we need to harvest that, and we need to then transport it to these people who need to eat it. Guys, stop buying food. Fruits and vegetables. If you buy fruits and vegetables from your shops, you are adding to the destruction of the planet. You are adding CO2 into the planet, all that waste product into the planet by buying your fruits and vegetables. Don't buy them, grow them. If you've got a flat without a garden, get on the allotment list. If you've got a garden that's got a shady back garden and a sunny front garden, put your vegetable beds in the front garden. Be the bee. We're coming into the lovely shade of the woods now. My weak ankle may have just disrupted that beautiful calm camera motion. Come on. One of the doggies, probably Amber, because she's the only one that can fit underneath all the bushes. Must be an incredible world under those bushes with being that size. All we can see are the tops, the branches, the leaves. She gets in underneath, and it's probably pretty clear a lot of the way. A bit overgrown at places because you can hear her. But other times she goes in, you can't hear her, and you imagine that there is just a beautiful network of these stems and trunks and things going up to the leaves above. And she has this whole world in there that we don't get to see. It's even too hot for Miss Tiggy to go running around today, isn't it, Tiggs? Isn't it? Maybe in a minute. Right. I need to put this water down. Give you guys a drink. My dog is all good. They'll all have their turn. No one wants to push in front of others. All waiting to have your little turn of water. That's Miss Tiggy and Bomber sharing it. She's got such a tiny nose she can squeeze in there when another dog is drinking. Oh, look at Sam. Perfect gentleman. Letting Maggie go first. Good girl, Holly. Good girl. Look at that, a Labrador that's being patient. Who's a good girl? Nelly, are you queuing up? Good girl, Holly. Good girl, Honey. Honey and Holly drinking together. Yes, Jasper, you're next, I believe. Well done for waiting patiently. Good boy. Bomber gets to finish it off because Bomber wants all the water to himself. Right, shall we go this way then? So I've left the rucksack there, the bottle of water and the bowl. And in the middle of the woods, we've got a bottle of water we left there yesterday. And another bowl in there. So I'm now carrying a bottle of water with me as a replacement for the one. It's so nice to have that backpack off of my back. Oh, Holly, you didn't need to go in like that. I know. Holly and Bertie's owners know each other, so they get to play outside of daycare as well as here. So that noise and that movement was actually Holly enticing Bertie into a game. It's a bit hot, Holly. You lost him, darling. She's over there. And she's like, why hasn't he followed me? It's a bit hot to do that, isn't it, Bertie? Yeezies. Oh, I was about to walk up there. The dog's got it right. This is because we've got some bikers that now rent this at the weekend and they've made a pathway through there. And it's bigger than my pathway through here. When we were the only people walking the woods, you could barely see our path. We barely left a footprint behind us. Right, so we're at our other water spot, so I've just left the bottle there. Now I'm completely free of baggage, which is wonderful. And we'll come back and do up. Bomber's like, no, more water. I have to have my water. We always leave water in that bowl. Any water that's left over, we always leave it in the bowl when we leave here. We never tip it out onto the ground. And every day it's gone. So I think the deer or the wildlife or whatever pop out and have a drink from the bowl of an evening when we're not here and they're out. Because all the natural water on here, they're at it again. All the natural water on here is now dried up. There's nothing left. I noticed actually someone's got dirty paws, so there must be a final muddy spot somewhere in the bushes. That over there is still a little bit muddy. I can see a drizzle of water over there, which means that they would be very sticky if they went and played in there, but they're not. They don't seem to be interested in it. Holly really wants to play, but Bertie really isn't as excited. He did his bit of a run around, enjoyed that, and now he's puffed. So the tape you can see that's hanging up everywhere, that's from the biking routes. And they leave just a little walkie path through for us. So that their path goes down there and our path comes up through here, and they just leave us a little gap, which is nice of them. It's always awkward sharing the land with somebody else because you get so used to it being just the way you've used it for the past however many years. And then another tenant comes in and has it at the weekends and it all changes again. And these are off-road bikers, I think. I thought it was going to be four-wheelers, but the tracks are definitely not four-wheelers. It's definitely motorbikes with two wheels that are coming through here. And that's their path up around there, which we could take. It would save going into the sun. I mean, Mad Dog does get lovely, and it's a lovely break from the woods, but today is just hot. I think we might go this way. Guys, we're going to go this way today. Let's just discover what sort of path they've created down here. It's nice to still be in the shade. I've never been a huge sun lover. I do love the nice weather, but unless I've got a pool next to me and a nice cold drink and possibly a good book, or even like a good audio book or podcast or something to follow, then I'll lie down and relax. But if I've got to work, if there's not a pool, then I'm kind of in the sun for a few minutes and back out again. So me and the doggies do well in this weather. Luca, what have you got? Are you chewing your paw? You are. Would you like me to check it out for you? You've done it yourself? Okay, that's fine. Some dogs are very independent and like to do things themselves. Good girl, honey. Looks like something went a bit wrong here with these branches that are down and the ribbon that's down. I've not been down here before, so... Well, not down this path. This path didn't actually exist. This is part of the wild, the biggest, densest patch of bluebells in the woods. The majority of them run that way, but they did used to run all the way into the bush line there, but this track goes all the way through the middle of them, not the middle of them, the side of them, but still. Purdy having a bit of a run after something. So that's our path that we normally take down there and round there. It was a path that we saw when we first started walking here. We saw it. It was carved out by little animals. You could see it. So we started using it. This was all overgrown a few months back, and that tree even came down to make their bike path. So that's our path. This is the bike path. That's the path up to Mad Dog. Where does their path from here go then? Oh, okay. There's an arrow there, and this pathway goes round and back through our pathway. That's why our pathway is looking a bit big. I thought our pathway was looking a bit big. So they do come this way. Oh yeah, it's obvious now. Wow, so that means actually they've got two pathways straight through the middle of the wild bluebells. And we were promised when they came in they wouldn't go through the bluebells. And they've got two freaking paths through the middle of the most densely populated areas of bluebells, wild bluebells. Oh, doesn't that just infuriate you? I mean, the paths are literally, sugar, look at that. The paths are literally, I don't know, 10, 15 foot apart from each other at one point. And their paths are a good 4 feet across. And they'll just get wider as the bikers skid around all over the place. So that should have been wild bluebells from there all the way across to there. And there was a tiny narrow path down the middle here, which was where we used to walk, which was the animal path. And now there's a wide path there where they bike and a wide path here where they bike. It's going to be awful in the next, it's going to be so obvious next spring. I hope for some reason they stop using it. Most people don't last very long on here. We're the only ones that seem to have lasted any length of time. Because we enjoy it for its beauty, whereas other people tend to come here, I think, and find it a pain. Right, well, my battery's about to run out, so I'm going to cut the video short here. It's just coming up to half an hour, so I think that's long enough. We've got a good more section of the walk left in the woods, and we'll see you next time. Take care. The doggies all say bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Bomber. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, Sam. Samuel. Say bye-bye. Paddy says zoomies. Bye-bye, Dexter. Bye-bye, Nelly. Bye-bye, Charlie. Bye-bye, Miss Tiggy. I'm getting that from you now. Bye-bye, guys.